Hawks will look to attack Shannon Sale early. Winner to the regional final. Immediately takes the first pitch in foul territory away from Taylor Snow.
You can't blink when Sydney McKinney is up to bat, because her ability to swing at any pitch early in the count is where she finds her strength. She's got great hand-eye coordination, and she wants to be aggressive in the leadoff spot.
Just a sophomore, 82 hits on the season, second in the nation in that category. These Wichita State hitters have seen Shannon Sale before. These two teams actually faced each other on May 4th. It was Oklahoma getting a big win, 14-3 in 5 innings, but Shannon Sale pitched 4 of those. Oklahoma went with G. Juarez to start yesterday's game, and Shannon Sale getting the nod today, the first team All Big 12 selection. 2-2.
It's a nice take right there by McKinney. She has such a great ability to just put bat on ball, so she's going to be a tough out. Only 3 strikeouts on the entire season.
What a way to start, to have her out there for Wichita State. I mean, they're getting a look at a lot of pitches right now.
Yeah, you can't ask for a better start. Just somebody that looks confident in the box. A low strikeout hitter. Somebody that's going to put bat on ball. And again, make Shannon Sale work early in this game.
Full count. To Jana Johns at third. They will get McKinney, but a pretty strong at-bat to start for Wichita State.
Yeah, a really competitive at-bat. Sydney McKinney sets the tone as that leadoff spot, just to say, hey, we can hit this pitcher. This is a tough task facing the #1 team in the country. But you play a role in that leadoff spot to say, I'm going to have a quality at-bat, give some confidence to the players next up in the lineup.
Next up will be Addison Barnard, the freshman out of Nebraska. Yeah, Oklahoma does not give up very many runs at home. Just 8 runs allowed in 16 home games. They only gave up 1 hit yesterday in their first game against Morgan State.
Oklahoma left no doubt yesterday why they deserve to be the #1 team in the country and get that #1 seed in this tournament. They took care of business, and a Morgan State team comes in that's never been to this tournament before, and Oklahoma said, hey, we're going to still be ourselves, we're going to take care of business, and they did that with a huge 19-run victory.
Barnard towards left. Snow grabs it for out number 2. Look, that can intimidate a lot of people if you just see a team put up 19 runs, but Madison Paragon came into this tournament saying that Wichita State was not afraid of any team. They were ready to go, and they played like it yesterday.
And Courtney, you mentioned it earlier, these two teams have met earlier in this season, so the deer in the headlights look for Wichita State's gone. They've already faced Oklahoma once. They know what to expect. So this isn't a mystery what they're facing today. So they're going to be able to go in with a little bit more confidence, even though they lost that first game, that first meeting earlier this season. Hey, postseason is a completely different time of year.
Maybe a different feel, though, for Wichita State facing Oklahoma. That game was at Wichita State. This one here in Norman against a packed house. Madison Paragon was the hero yesterday. Not one, but 2 home runs.
Got something belt high in her wheelhouse, and Madison Paragon just turns on it. You can see her, just her ability to rotate to the ball, showing off the strength in her legs and her body as she swings. And you can see right here in this at-bat, Oklahoma watched yesterday's game because the 2 pitches that she hit out of the park were more around the belly button high in the strike zone. Shannon Sale against Paragon is pounding the lower half of the zone, trying to keep it at the knees and really make Paragon do more work to lift the ball out of the park than just serving one up fat over the middle.
Top 2 home run hitting teams in the nation squaring off.
Another quality at bat, sitting on that changeup, trying to foul it off, move on to the next pitch. Again, that's a pitch out of the zone, but she's battling.
This will be the 7th pitch by Sale to Paragon. This is what she said, we're not scared. Everyone might think, oh, Wichita doesn't want to face the #1 seed. Were we expecting it? No. Are we scared? No. We're ready for it.
It's a really nice take right there by Paragon. That's close. I think it's a little bit too outside, and a nice pitch by Shannon Sale to go something different. She just saw an up and in pitch. Shannon Sale then goes low and away to try and get Paragon to swing and miss, but she doesn't bite.
Paragon lifting it long! Get out of here, Madison Paragon!
What a phenomenal at-bat, first and foremost, by Paragon. She battled, she fought off the pitchers that she didn't want, got something up in the zone that she can crush, and she took advantage of this mistake from Shannon Sale. You can see right here, a screwball trying to work on the inside corner, but you're not going to beat Paragon there. She gets her barrel there, she stays inside of it, and gets the Shockers on the board here in the first inning.
On the 9th pitch of that at-bat, she goes yard for the 3rd time in this tournament.
This is exactly what you need if you're Wichita State. You need some momentum early, some positive at-bats, some quality at-bats, and you've seen that first and foremost from Sydney McKinney, and then right there from Madison Paragon.
Neely Herring at the plate now to face Shannon Sale. Remember, Oklahoma, while they've hit 134 home runs on the season, they've only given up now 31. That was just the 7th home run surrendered by Sale this season. She has pitched 77 innings. Herring grounds out. Let's take a look at the Oklahoma starting lineup. It's brought to you by Capital One. It will be Tiare Jennings leading off, but Nicole Mendez in the 9 spot. She had 2 home runs yesterday. One of those was a casual grand slam.
Mendez had a day in the 9th spot. 2 for 3, but 7 RBIs. Just an unreal performance, and that shows you the depth of this lineup. When the 9 hole is coming up with a couple home runs, it's just, it's so tough to work your way against hitters like the Sooners. There's Tiare Jennings.
One of those talented freshmen on the National Freshman of the Year watch list. Oklahoma was more than impressive yesterday. All kinds of records in that first win of this tournament against Morgan State. 4 home runs, 8 doubles, 19 runs scored.
And Tiare Jennings had an incredible day in the one spot, went 4 for 4, really set the tone, got off to a great start, found ways to stretch singles into doubles. Just one of those mature freshmen that you look at them and you say, there's no way this kid is a freshman just by her demeanor and her talent level this early in her career.
And the Big 12 Freshman of the Year, batting .487 on the season. She has a team tying 77 RBI, and that ties Jocelyn Allo, who is a top 3 finalist for National Player of the Year. This was a problem yesterday for Wichita State when they faced Texas A&M.
Yeah, they gave up 8 free passes as a pitching staff, 4 walks, 4 hit by pitches, and that's what you cannot do when you're facing the Sooners, because you can give up solo home runs, yes, because your offense has the ability to score. Clearly, they can put runs up on the board in this ball game, but you can't give up the 2, 3-run home runs with free passes, errors, and mistakes in this game. You've got to let the Sooners beat you with their bats, not with their eyes.
Yeah, so now you have a runner on for a finalist for National Player of the Year, Jocelyn Allo, who had a beautiful home run swing yesterday.
It's one of the prettiest swings that we've seen from Jocelyn Allo, in my opinion, in her career. I mean, she just was so strong, perfect timing, beautiful extension, and she hit this ball a mile. You can hear it off the bat. I mean, she got all of it, did not miss. It just sounds so alive, jumping off her barrel.
Her 28th home run of the season. She's 2 away from tying the OU single season record that she and Lauren Chamberlain set at 30. The Big 12 Player of the Year, was the Freshman of the Year back in 2018. 3-time all first team Big 12 selection.
And in my opinion, she's really the front runner for the Player of the Year nationally. She's a finalist with Rachel Garcia and Gabby Plain from Washington, but to me, just what she's been able to do, home run power, consistency with her batting average is just remarkable and sets her apart, in my opinion, amongst Rachel Garcia and Gabby Plain.
Her career ranks are pretty good in the Oklahoma record book. Count's going to run full. All right, even better, but Rachel Garcia is pitching and hitting, Kayla. I got to make the argument here.
That's the age-old question. Do you want a 2-way player? Do you want the best 2-way player that does it in the circle and with the bat? To me, Rachel Garcia's already got her Player of the Year. So
oh my gosh!
Not that
come
matters,
on.
but I think you got to give it to all this year.
Laser to third. The runner will be safe as Riley Buck had to throw from her knees, but they will get Jocelyn Allo.
Buck playing at the hot corner, gets a hot shot by Allo, handles it really well, makes a great effort, but Tiare Jennings does a good job getting back to first base on the line out.
Wichita State, though, still can't breathe because you have another amazing hitter, Kinsey Hansen, was just electric in the Big 12 tournament. She was the tournament MVP, 5 home runs in 3 games.
It's a great off-speed pitch to start out. Kinsey Hansen knows that she's a big-time hitter that has the ability to hit the ball out of the park, and she swings hard on that first pitch, but the off-speed's a little bit of an equalizer. It's down in the zone. It's really not hittable. We're going to see that pretty often from Lang if she can throw it consistently and for a strike.
Kinsey Hansen not named to one of the end-of-the-year Big 12 teams. Took it personally, took it out on the rest of the Big 12 in their tournament.
Yeah, I think you could say she had a pretty decent weekend, had 5 home runs. No big deal. But that was a conversation that I liked hearing from Patty Gasso, is typically when you don't get an award, you tell your player, put your blinders on, don't worry about it. You can't control what a committee picks for you or what the coaches pick for you. And she said, no, I want to prove that I deserve to be on the all Big 12 teams. And she proved it in the tournament. And then Patty Gasso thought, hey, maybe this is the kid that gets motivated by not being selected. Maybe she should worry about it a little bit because she had one of her best performances of her career last weekend.
Patty Gasso in her 27th season with Oklahoma, the Big 12 Coach of the Year, her 9th straight award. Hops over the head of Lang. Runners are safe. Just enough hop on it.
The downward spin here from Lang just allows to pop on this ball. Great effort by Hecker at second base to try and get the flip, but Jennings just too fast, not able to make the play at 2.
2 runners on, 1 out for Jada Coleman after the hit by Kinsey Hansen.
We talked about it, Courtney. You can't breathe anywhere in this lineup. You can't take a break. You can't take a breath. Jada Coleman, another one of those talented freshmen on this team. She's batting .485. She had a home run in last night's game as well.
The lowest average in this lineup today is .313. Five are hitting over .400.
That's unreal. When you say that stat, that 5 hitters are above .400, it's just incredible when you think about the success of the Sooner team 1 through 9.
Coleman connects. Got Hansen at second. Runners on the corners.
This is a really smart decision by the Wichita State defense to go get the out at 2 because Jada Coleman is fast. She can run, so Hecker's going to be able to flip. Close play at 2, but definitely an out. And you keep another runner out of scoring position in this ball game.
But then here comes another 400-plus hitter in Grace Lyons. Lyons, the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, first team All Big 12 selection. She went 1 for 3 yesterday with an RBI, a couple runs scored. Right into the glove of Neely Herring. Paragon, a name to know. 3 home runs in 2 games, and we're in the second inning.
She's been on fire, and I love that she had very confident things to say about facing the Sooners, but she backs it up by hitting a home run in her first at bat against the #1 team in the country. That's exactly how you walk the walk.
And she did it on a 9-pitch at bat, too. She was patient and worked Shannon Sale. It's Bailey Nickerson leading off here in the second. Incredible. 9 of her last 10 hits have been home runs. Nickerson pops up to Jennings at second.
That's a crazy stat, and that just shows you the power of somebody like a Madison Paragon. When she's seeing and making good quality contact, she's getting all of the ball, not missing. Timing is impeccable. That's what it takes to go hit 9 of your last 10 hits out of the park.
Riley Buck up next to face Shannon Sale. Wichita State won the American regular season and tournament titles. They beat UCF in that American final. They were down 3-0 and came back to win 7-4.
And they scored every single one of their runs in that tournament off of the long ball. So important that at this point in the season, teams understand their identity. They know who they are. And Wichita State knows they're a home run hitting team. They don't steal many bases. They don't play the short game. They hit the ball hard and they hit it far.
It's funny, we were talking to some of the players before the regional started, and they said, you know, we realized our potential in that first weekend when Lauren Mills went 3 for 3 with 3 home runs in one game. Lyons takes care of that.
Yeah, they had a couple big moments this season. Some light bulb moments that went off for their team and said, okay, we can compete against the best in the country. One of those was that Iowa State weekend. Another one was beating Oklahoma State twice this year. The Cowgirls took care of business 2 times, and that gives you a ton of confidence to go beat a Big 12 team, not once, but twice.
And this is Lauren Mills stepping in, who had those 3 home runs in one game. Wichita State's record against ranked opponents this season, 6-3-1. They had one game they couldn't finish. Oh, what a grab from Lyons.
Grace Lyons, one of the best shortstops in the country. She makes this play look easy. A little floater coming at her. Says, I'll snag it, no big deal. Sooners up to bat.
Much consistency for Patty Gasso with his program to get them back to the NCAA tournament time and time again. 13 Women's College World Series appearances. Of course, they were there in 2019, finished runner-up to UCLA.
One of the things that we talk about so often with this Oklahoma team is their incredible offense, but one of the things that stuck out to me is they haven't played the toughest strength of schedule in the country. They have played some of the easier schedules across the country. So for me, I look at this in the NCAA tournament. They have an opportunity to prove to everybody that they deserve that #1 spot.
Lindsey Elam thinks they do. How about that for proof? Smashed it.
Lindsey Elam already trying to shake off the haters. And we didn't see her get the start in game 1 of this tournament. She gets the start today, and in her first at bat, sees something. It's a little bit off speed. It's over the plate, and she mashes it. And that's a huge mistake right there for Bailey Lang to leave that hanging, belt high. And that's what we keep talking about over and over again, is just there's not a hitter that you can take off. You have to be mentally sharp. And that at bat starts with Bailey Lang getting behind in the count, so she's forced to throw something good later on in that at bat.
Curt call for Elam. And remember, too, as we go deeper into this Oklahoma lineup, they are so good at communicating what they're seeing out there in the box. So they're going to make those adjustments, and they make them very quickly.
It's a great point. Second time that they've seen Bailey Lang in the second inning, and they've already made some adjustments.
Here's Taylor Snow.
And that was one thing that we heard from Patty Gasso, which she was so impressed with this Oklahoma team, was their communication, self-inflicted communication. She's not forcing them to, hey, go have these talks in the dugout. They do it on their own. They love to learn. They love this game, and they love being able to share information with each other. And a lot of them have become teachers of the game as well. They're talking to each other. They're listening to feedback. Hey, what was your approach? What was your plan here? How can we be better as a team? How can I be better as an individual? And how can my teammates help me be better as an individual in the batter's box?
Snow swings it over to Herring. Yeah, you see that even with the freshman. Jada Coleman's a great example of that. Patty Gasso told us that, you know, she was asking those questions early on, and now sometimes Coach Gasso hears her answering other people's questions as they're in the dugout waiting to go up for their at-bat.
Yeah, that's the beauty of having that open communication with your teammates, is if you accept some outside help, if you accept criticism, suggestions from your teammates, you're going to become a better softball player. You know, the goal of this game is not to become a robot. It's not so that everybody in your lineup looks exactly the same. It's how can I take this little tidbit from this hitter, this little nugget from this coach, and become the best version of myself. And you can see that the Sooners are becoming the best versions of themselves with the numbers that they're putting up.
Jana Johns, a South Carolina transfer, pulls that one foul. Count runs 1 and 2. Barnard with the grab. Number 9 spot, guess who? Nicole Mendez, 2 home runs yesterday.
And she was electric yesterday. She had an oppo home run, and then doesn't it again. Just so much power to the opposite field from the left side. So strong in her legs. Just generates so much pop because she swings so aggressively.
OU record 7 RBI in that game for her. And she'll show bunt.
And that was something really impressive that we saw from OU yesterday too. First inning, they squeezed played. Runner on third. We'll try a drag bunt squeeze to get a run across. They don't just rely on the home run ball, although that's what they're best at and what they're known for. They can shorten up, they can play short game, they can use some strategies to win ball games as well.
Sydney McKinney, 6 wins against ranked opponents. That is a program record. And they've got 97 home runs on the season, 2nd in the nation behind Oklahoma.
And she said this is without a doubt the best team that she's coached in her career at Wichita State. And you gotta love, I like that Madison Paragon, she's confident in what she's saying. She's not being disrespectful to OU, because sometimes that does fuel the fire of the #1 team. You like wake a sleeping giant when you say, hey, we're ready to go. But she said, we understand that we have to elevate our game to play with the Sooners. And she elevated a ball right out of the park to get things going for the Shockers.
Kaylee Hecker up against Sale, who's ahead 0-2. Shannon Sale gave up that home run to the third batter in the first inning, but hasn't let anyone else reach. Hecker center field, scooped by Coleman. Let's go to the studio. Awesome shave, thank you. Might be a shocking score for some, maybe not the Shockers fans. 1-1 ball game here in Norman. This is the winners portion of the bracket. Winner of this game goes straight to the regional final. Loser plays later tonight. Bailey Arbon, the number 9 hitter for Wichita State. Over the head of Sale, out to center. Second hit for the Shockers.
The bottom of the lineup for the Shockers was such a key twice in yesterday's game, and she gets on, and the importance of that is now you have Sydney McKinney, Addison Barnard, and Madison Paragon coming up behind you with an opportunity to make something happen with runners on base.
I thought Sydney McKinney really set the tone for Wichita State in the first inning. She was aggressive and tough in her first time facing Sale today.
Yeah, you nailed it, Courtney. Sometimes it's not about getting a base hit, but it's about the look in your eyes when you go face a tough opponent. Your presence in the box. That sends a message to the rest of your team to say, hey, we're not going to back down and roll over against a team like the Sooners. We're ready to go.
She saw 7 pitches in her first at bat. McKinney, there's room. Back-to-back hits for Wichita State.
Really nice job from McKinney here to pitch a little bit up and out. Stays on it. Finds a gap in the opposite field, and a really nice job here by Jada Coleman to cut this ball off. Nice spin move, makes a beautiful throw to second base. She wasn't going to get anybody out, but if that ball gets by her, she's not able to cut it off. That's a runner on third base for the Shockers.
Addison Barnard had a hit yesterday with runners on. She had 3 RBI on the day, went 1 for 2 against Texas A&M. Likes the first pitch. Out to Jada Coleman. Runners stay where they are at first and second. And back to the home run hitter, Madison Paragon. 9 of her last 10 hits have been home runs. That is unreal. And
Shannon Sale is going to have to be really smart with Paragon here. Paragon did such a good job of fouling off Shannon Sale's off-speed pitches and pitches low in the zone like that drop ball. When she did get something in her wheelhouse, she took advantage. So I like the call. Jen Rocha going out, having a conversation where we should try and pinpoint her weaknesses, what we should try and throw so that she doesn't get another big home run, because 9 of her last 10 hits have left the yard.
About to face Madison Paragon, who we've already seen her power, but just some accolades to go along with it. The American Conference career leader in home runs, RBI, and doubles. The Wichita State career leader in home runs, RBI, total bases, and walks. Two on, two out. Kerrigan has had big moments in this NCAA tournament. Back in the 2018 regionals, she had a 2-run home run against Oklahoma State to put Wichita State in its first regional final.
Some players just have the ability to step up when the light's shining on them the brightest, and Kerrigan's proven that time and time again. You talked about her performance in the 2018 regionals, and then I think about that conference tournament this season, this year, and then coming in yesterday and hitting 2 home runs right away. Elevates her play to the level that's necessary to compete in postseason.
And she will fly out to left. Well, when we come back, Bailey Lang will head back to the circle for Wichita State. The field.
Yeah, it's really powerful to hear the words from Bailey Lang and to know that she still feels that presence and is able to go out and compete, just knowing she's so supported, whether her mom is here or not.
Yeah, there's her dad, Scott, in the stands cheering her on. Right now with a chance to get Wichita State into the regional final. And we've seen the resiliency off the field for Bailey Lang. How about the resiliency on the field? She gave up that home run, a leadoff home run in the second to Lindsey Elam, and then took care of the next 3 batters.
Yeah, she got after it. I mean, that's so tough to go out there, give up a home run on the first at bat of the inning, but then to come back and making her defense work behind her, but she's getting some big-time help and inducing some really easy ground ball outs for her defense to be able to support her behind her. You know, she's got a pretty traditional fastball, but it's got a little bit of a down bite, and so you can see time and time again that this Oklahoma Sooners team is just topping the upper half of the ball. And Sydney McKinney makes a great play at shortstop, deep in the hole, long throw across to get the big out.
Brings us to Jocelyn Allo, who grounded out to third, first time up. Allo comes in on a 4-game hit streak. Doesn't seem like much when you think that she had a 40-game hit streak earlier in the season. Strike to Jocelyn Allo. Grounds out to second. And this is the first inning that Oklahoma's leadoff hitter did not reach, as Jennings grounded out to short, and now Allo to second.
You can feel that Bailey Lang is going to have a more taxing day than she did yesterday in the circle. She didn't have to work really hard to get some of these outs, but she's made some improvements since the first inning, giving up a few free passes. She's relying on her spin a little bit more. The Sooners haven't timed her up completely yet. So she's getting some easy outs for her defense to be able to handle, and that's going to be the key.
Lang and the defense have taken care of 5 straight hitters for Oklahoma. Brings us to Kinsey Hansen. She had a single in the first. Change of speeds.
It's a beautiful off speed right here. Love the location on this. It's low. Gives Kinsey Hansen a fish. It's in the dirt. That is not a hittable pitch, and it's a really good job of trying to get Kinsey Hansen to chase. We're going to throw that one more consistently, but the key is she got ahead against Kinsey Hansen, so she's able to throw that.
Drop third strike. 2 swings in a row. What have you thought about Shannon Sale in the circle today for Oklahoma?
Well, I think she's done a nice job of mixing speeds, being able to be diverse with her pitch calling, hitting all quadrants of the strike zone. But interestingly enough, the outside pitch to righties isn't really being called very often with this umpire behind the plate. So I think she's struggling to find something that she can go to pretty early in the count to get ahead and fire in some strikes against Wichita State.
Neely Herring fouls off the first pitch from Shannon Sale.
And that being said, I think she's done a great job. Only giving up a 1 run through 4 innings to one of the best offenses in the country. We talk so much about Oklahoma, but Wichita State can hit 1 through 9 as well.
Now, second in the nation in home runs are the Shockers, now with 97 on the season. They have had a home run in 41 of 53 games, including 9 of their last 10, where they've hit 18 total in that span.
And they're coming into the tournament, they're batting .309, so their averages are pretty good. They obviously have the power. Average 6 runs a game. They're a tough team as well.
We talk about how OU can make adjustments. Well, guess what? Wichita State can do that too. At one time in the American Conference Tournament Final, it was in the second inning. Chrissy Bredbender took everybody out to left field and had a talk in between innings saying, look, you have got to refocus, bring more energy, and make adjustments at the plate. They did that, and they came back from a 3-run deficit to win.
That's so important, and I love that the coach understood and recognized what they were at in the first couple innings, where they were, and said, hey, we need to fix this. This isn't the type of play that's going to win us a championship. So she called upon her team, and they delivered with a response. They made some adjustments at the plate. They came back with better energy, and they got some big-time home runs. Again, playing into their identity, knowing who they are, and making sure their swings counted.
Herring digs deep for it into the glove of Boone, who's now in left field. And one of those players they called on, you see her there, Maddie Espinoza, who's in the dugout right now for Wichita State. We don't see her out on the field a lot. She is so much a part of this Wichita State team, especially when it comes to bringing the energy. Her teammates told us she is at the forefront of that, making sure they are hyped and ready to go.
And then she gives the pregame speeches. She'll get on the bus, get on the microphone, fire them up. And you want somebody that's a hype person. Hold your team accountable. Say, hey, we got to be ready to go physically, but also mentally. And there's a consistent energy that you need to bring every single time that you roll up to the field. And it's not a light switch that you can just turn on and off automatically. You got to make sure you hold yourself accountable for 7 innings when you play this game.
Nickerson, Grace Lyons calling everybody off, 2 away. Well, the Women's College World Series is returning to Oklahoma City. The action begins Thursday, June 3rd at noon Eastern, live on ESPN. For more information on the 2021 Women's College World Series, go to ncaa.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. Boy, is that going to be fun. Myself and Kayla will be there along with Jenny Dalton-Hill, holding down the studio side of things. Riley Buck. Danger! Danger! Wichita State back on top. Lauren Mills at the plate facing G. Juarez. Here's the scout on Juarez.
You know, lefty, like we said, goes in the mid-60s. She's got a really good curve-rise combo. And she's going to mix speeds pretty effectively. You'll see her run it all throughout the 60s, depending on the pitch, and sometimes even in the 50s.
The benefit, Kayla, of getting this crowd into it, helping them bring that energy they need.
And this is a big wake-up call. I like that Patty Gasso talked to her team and said that we're not playing at the caliber that we need to play. And it's pretty rare that we see Oklahoma, the team that's a little bit back on their heels, and they have a big-time opportunity with Jada Coleman getting it started in this inning to try and make a comeback here and make something happen versus just waiting for something to happen to them.
Ahead 0-2. Oklahoma with just 2 hits. One of those, the solo home run by Lindsey Elam to start the 2nd inning. Oh, how did she dig that out of the dirt?
That was all Will right there. That is Jada Coleman just saying, you know what? I need to get this team going. It doesn't matter where the pitch is. This is way at her ankles. Throws her barrel there, but is able to sweep her barrel across the zone and stay through this just long enough to find a gap in the outfield and get things going for the Sooners. But that is not mechanics or talent. That is just pure will. She's trying to get her team fired up.
And now that she's on, Kayla, Wichita State has got to watch her because she is dangerous on the base paths. 18 stolen bases on the season, and Patty Gasso told us she makes defenses nervous.
You know, I wouldn't have wanted anyone else to start this inning. Patty Gasso talking about their energy doesn't feel right. Jada Coleman is a firecracker. We've heard from her teammates. She just brings this contagious energy. Sometimes she can be crazy, but we love her for that. She's passionate, and that's who you want to get things going. And she does, and she delivers.
Grace Lyons at the plate, showing bunt, moves the runner over. And Jada Coleman, not only does she fire up her team offensively, she has had some incredible plays on the defensive, and we saw her rob a home run in the Big 12 championship game.
Yeah, she's just overall an extreme talent, plays with her heart on their sleeve, has no fear, and that's why she's able to make the plays that she does in the outfield, and why she's able to hit the ball out of her ankles to get a base hit. It's because she just lives for those big moments.
Now she's got Lindsay Elam up, who had the solo shot in the second.
Elam got something up in the zone and hammers it. Made it look easy, and that was a big mistake from Lang, and wouldn't be shocked to see here in the second at bat of this ball game for Lindsay Elam that Bailey Lang tries to go for something at the ankles. Hit the knees, hit it lower in the zone. Really trying to mix speeds.
Underneath it. Coleman going safe. Oh my.
What a risky play here from Jada Coleman. Hecker does a great job of going back and getting this ball, throws an absolute dart. Jada Coleman gets this call safe because she moves her arm right at the last second, comes in at a really good angle, but this might be an out. This is so close. But a beautiful slide, and again, it's her ability to get around the base that gets her the safe call. And Hecker is one of the best second basemen around, just puts a dime on the tag just a second late, but the aggressiveness from Jada Coleman to see this ball, see an opportunity to advance 60 feet, take a big risk, pays off for her.
And no video review. We do have a umpire at every base. Perry Owens over there at third for this game. Jada Coleman will stay there. Oklahoma is a fantastic team with RISP. 433 on the season. 42% of their hits have been with runners in scoring position. Can Taylor Snow help her though? Snagged by the freshman. Bailey Lang loves it. Addie Barnard.
Wichita State stepping up. Barnard goes back on this ball, makes a play on the run, and her pitcher absolutely loves it. It's been so fun to watch these numbers climb as this regional's gone on. Saw some big-time home runs from both of these teams yesterday, and they deliver once again today. And these are just two teams that know who they are, they know their identity, and they're getting the job done where they need to, which is hitting the long ball.
Kaylee Hecker leading off this inning and pulls that one foul. All three of the runs on the scoreboard right now have come via the long ball here in long ball land, Norman, Oklahoma for the weekend. First time, though, that they have faced G. Juarez. They did not see her in the first meeting back on May 4th either. Strikeout.
Yeah, first time you're seeing G. Juarez, you got to get ready because her movement is pretty darn filthy, and she shows it right there. This is a low rise ball. It's got good movement up, and you can see Hecker just swing a little bit under it, and she's a little bit late. going to be a big adjustment for this Shocker team to adjust from Shannon Sale to G Warriors because they look so different, because they're throwing from the different arm sides. And I like hearing from Patty Gasso, just knowing that G's job is going to be to mix speed. You saw right there, she throws an up pitch that's 58 miles per hour. That last rise ball was well faster than that. So she's constantly going to be challenging these hitters and mixing up the velocity.
This is Bailey Urbon. She singled, but that was off of Sale. Grace Lyons takes care of it. Top of the order now for the third time, but the first time against G Juarez. Sydney McKinney, remember, she is that aggressive hitter. She will attack early in the count.
Sydney McKinney just known for swinging early in the count. She's been so aggressive all tournament long. She attacks that first pitch pretty often, but she only has 3 strikeouts on the entire season, so it's worked well for her.
Goes upstairs to get it into the stands.
And we talked to her coach. Brett Benner said that, you know, she has the ability to hit any pitch. You saw right there, that's up at her eye. She was pointed out. She knows it too, laughing a little bit. But she can make contact because her hand-eye coordination and her barrel awareness is that good. And we've seen 3 pitches in this at bat from G Juarez. She's thrown 1 at 67. That last one that you just saw, she's thrown 1 at 61 miles an hour and 1 at 58. So again, about 10-mile-an-hour speed drop to keep Sydney McKinney guessing.
But she'll keep battling. McKinney bounces it off the wall. She's looking for 2. Safe!
McKinney at the top of the lineup. She's getting her second hit of the day right here. G Juarez goes a little bit up. And you can see right there, getting on plane, fighting, battling with 2 strikes. Barely misses a home run and pops this off the wall for a nice 2-out double. Keep things going for the Shockers.
Ooh, is she? That's real close. They rule her safe at second. Again, no replay.
Yeah, Mendez did a really nice job of getting that ball in quickly. When it hits off the wall as hard as it does, sometimes for somebody as fast as McKinney, it's still a difficult double. It was a close play. I don't think we have an angle to see very clearly on if she's safe or out. But hey, call on the field's going to stand here. You know what's interesting looking at this too? She does a traditional pop-up slide, but because of her pop-up slide, you can see Grace Lyons is going to keep her arm on. Technically should be out. It's a hard play for the umpire to see it happen so quick in real time. Just happy to be on 2 right now.
Wow, in scoring position for Addison Barnard. Both of Wichita State's runs have come with 2 outs in this game. Barnard 419 on the season with runners in scoring position. Getting her first look at G. Juarez. 2 balls and a strike.
You gotta be careful here.
Top to Juarez.
Yeah, gotta be careful right here because you have Madison Paragon on deck with 3 home runs in this regional. She's taking the catcher's gear off. She feels confident that she's going to get a hit. Even though there's 2 outs, pretty typical, you keep the gear on. She is showing that she believes in Allison Barnard. Either get on base or get a hit.
Full count now. And Juarez wins the battle.
Offense if they want to try and tie up and potentially go ahead in this ball game.
We will see Nicole Mendez. Jana Johns will lead off this inning, but an upset brewing here in Norman. Look what we have already seen. Of course, Arizona State was eliminated as the 15 seed. Duke lost to Georgia today. Mary Wilson Avant got the start again for the Bulldogs. And how about Kentucky and Notre Dame? Hello.
Kentucky, one of the best offenses in the country, was snubbed by Notre Dame. You know, you look at Kentucky, and they've been an up-and-down team all season long, but thought that they would be able to score more runs than 3 against the Fighting Irish, but, man, not able to get a win, and they're going to have to fight their way through the losers bracket as a seeded team.
That loss by Kentucky was the first time a seeded team has been run-ruled in this round of the tournament since 2013.
We've seen some interesting stuff this year in the tournament. We've seen a lot of upsets so far, some seeded teams that are already knocked out, like Arizona State. Big upset, like you said, JMU over Tennessee. It's just the parity in the sport's growing, and it's making it more and more exciting to be a softball fan.
Oklahoma has the benefit of being at home, having some fans in the stands. How about Lauren Chamberlain in the stands?
One of the all-time greatest hitters in college softball. Jocelyn Allo's trying to break her record, but she's here to enjoy watching her Sooners play.
We talked to Patty Gasso in the 4th inning. She told us she has challenged this group right now to bring that energy. We saw Jada Coleman do that in her first at-bat to lead off the 4th inning, but she was stranded at 3rd. They have got to bring that energy and bring it quick. Just the 2nd strikeout for Bailey Lang.
Bailey Lang has finally gotten comfortable in this game. The last few innings, she's found a rhythm. She's controlling her pitches and working the off-speed right here. A little change-up that Jana Johns is way out in front of. And this is a Sooner team that's very hard to strike out. It's her 2nd of the day right here.
Bailey Lang looks different than she did yesterday. We saw her struggle with the free passes. Wichita State as a team hit 4 batters, walked 4 batters. She's been much more solid today.
Yeah, against Texas A&M, she just never looked like she had really good command on her pitches. Had trouble finding the strike zone, had 4, not necessarily just her alone, but the team had 4 hit by pitches, just had really no consistency throughout the ball game, but looks way more consistent. She had a rough first inning, giving up a walk and a base hit, but since then has really just done a really excellent job of covering, working her change of speeds, making sure she has down movement on her fastball, because Oklahoma's grounded out a few times on pitches that look good out of the hand, but then they have that little late break that causes the easy ground ball for the defense.
Lang's facing a dangerous hitter right now in Nicole Mendez. 7 RBI yesterday.
Nicole Mendez showed off her power. She's got such an explosive swing. She puts everything into these 2 hits right here and watches the ball go a long way.
One of them a grand slam, her 2nd of the season. Be a walk for Nicole Mendez. What do you think on this one?
A little confusion here from Nicole Mendez, from Coach Fred Benner. And I think for a second we thought that we were going to ring up strike 3 right there and get the 3rd strike, or excuse me, the 2nd strike of this at bat. And even Mendez looked to be going to first for a second, held up, maybe heard something from the crowd. Whatever it may be, this ball was close. He just breaks a little bit out of the strike zone at the last second, and it looks a little bit like Mendez could have gotten called for a check swing. She definitely didn't go around, but it's confusing for everybody, but Mendez is dancing over there on first, happy to be there.
2nd walk by Bailey Lang today. This one following the strikeout of the leadoff. And now Christy Bredbender in the circle.
And that's a killer walk, and the reason is you get the top of the lineup coming up now with Tiare Jennings, and then followed by Jocelyn Allo.
And you talk about dangerous with somebody coming up to bat. Tiare Jennings, just a freshman, but she came into this game hitting almost 500, has had an impressive season. Comparable to some of the greats at Oklahoma in their first campaign for the Sooners. We're talking about Lauren Chamberlain and Jocelyn Allo. Look at how Jennings' numbers compare to their freshman season.
Unbelievable. You look at that, and those numbers are so impressive. It honestly makes Lauren Chamberlain's 350 look pretty bad, which is insane. It's a great batting average. But when you're getting 487 as a freshman with 24 home runs, it shows you just not only the strength that you have physically, but the mentality and approach that is so strong at the plate.
Chamberlain watching on right behind Jennings up at the plate with a runner on. Jennings representing the go-ahead run at the plate. Doubles for Tiare Jennings yesterday. Doesn't have a hit today, but she did walk to start the game. Lifts it. Bounces off the wall. Runner coming home. Tie ball game. 19 doubles on the season for Tiare Jennings. She has 4 in the regional.
The freshman stepping up in a big moment, has an opportunity with a runner on board, and comes through big time for the Sooners. You see this ball moving down, but Tiare Jennings does a beautiful job of getting her barrel there and staying through it, barely missing the home run shot. But because this ball bounces off the wall so far, Nicole Mendez able to score all the way from first, and she's getting her team fired up. So we got a tie ball game here in Norman.
With the top 3 finalists for National Player of the Year at the plate. Oklahoma trying to take the lead, and they will. Sooners on top. And Jocelyn Allo slow to get up.
Jocelyn Allo doing a good job of hitting a simple ground ball up the middle that just gets by McKinney, but here's the big mistake on this. Nickerson lets the ball go right under her glove that allows an easy score from Tiare Jennings to come around, and it looks like Jocelyn Allo stumbles on that second base bag, quick to get back, makes it back. We saw her try and walk it off, but no doubt here Patty Gasso puts in a pinch runner. There's no way you want to risk Jocelyn Allo, but she's fired up in the dugout. She knows that she just gave her team the lead.
Kenzie Kelso will come in to pinch run for Jocelyn Allo. Oklahoma turning things around here in the bottom of the 5th. Started this inning with a strikeout. Followed that with a walk and back-to-back RBI doubles from Jennings and Allo. It brings us to Kinsey Hansen. Has a single today, but did strike out in the 3rd. That was the first strikeout by Bailey Lang in this game. Another hit out to center. Another run comes home. Oklahoma rocking.
You can tell later in this game, Oklahoma's made an adjustment. They've been over the top of the pitches that have been thrown by Lang, getting some easier ground balls. They're staying more on plane now. They're getting better extension that's allowing them to hit better, more powerful shots, whether it's a good double off the wall from Tiare Jennings or it's 2 simple ground balls up the middle from Allo and Kinsey Hansen. And all that is it's just trying not to do too much, trying to simplify your at-bats, simplify your swings, and really make sure that you're staying on plane with that pitch rather than topping over the top of it.
Jada Coleman. McKinney scoops it up. They get the runner at second. Coleman has time to get to first.
other big adjustment that we've seen Oklahoma make is last 3 batters swung at the first pitch. So they're seeing something, making an adjustment, communicating with each other to have a little bit of a different plan up there. Bailey Lang's been able to throw more strikes, been more consistent. So what do? You attack her early in the count and go after her.
It took them until the 5th inning, but Oklahoma making those adjustments, that has made them such a good team. Runner going.
Jada Coleman, one of the best base stealers in this lineup. Getting aggressive here. Again, another beautiful slide where she avoids the tag. She angles her body. She really sneaks that right hand in there while moving her body away from the tag on the outside corner of the bag, and that's why she's getting those safe calls. They're so close. Madison Paragon throws a dime on the money. But again, Jada Coleman is playing the game in her favor to get calls from the umpire. They are so close, the 2 slides that she's shown us today.
They got really aggressive in the last inning and took 3rd. Just made it in time after leading off the inning with a single. Three balls and a strike now to Grace Lyons. Second walk in this inning by Bailey Lang.
And this has really been what's hurt Bailey Lang in this inning, is it almost felt like the Sooners were just waiting to be handed a mistake, waiting to be given an inch. And they gave it to her, and that started off with the Nicole Mendez walk in the 9 spot. And since then, things have just worked in the Sooners' favor. And that's really what we saw was the struggle for Wichita State yesterday against Texas A&M. They gave up 7 runs to the Aggies yesterday. And it was because of the free passes. You know, the solo shot clearly earlier in this ballgame doesn't hurt Wichita State. They're able to put runs up on the board. But when you start giving up walks, that's what'll kill you. And credit to the Sooners for getting some simple singles, a double from Tiare Jennings, and not relying on the home run ball to get them back in this ballgame.
Madison Paragon out to talk to Bailey Lang. Runners on 1st and 2nd for Lindsay Elam, who had that home run, that solo shot in the 2nd inning. Lang in danger of walking back-to-back hitters.
the green light, too. 3-0 count. Lindsey Elam delivers for the Sooners. That's that big swing that gives them so much momentum in what they play and live for. This is a pitch that you don't expect Lindsey Elam to swing at, but she's ready for it. It's a 3-0 count. It's something a little bit outside, a little bit over the plate, and she drives it deep to center field to pick up 3 more runs for the Sooners. And Jada Coleman is fired up, ready to go.
The energy is back for. They founded 5th. They have plated 6 runs here in the bottom of the 5th after trailing 2-1.
And Lauren Chamberlain loves it. Alum knows what it's like to be in these moments, knows what it's like to play in Norman for a regional and how much is on the line. With Nicole Mendez in the 9th spot. Talk about what a big factor she's been, but it was the walk from her that really got things going, and it allows for the top of the lineup to come through. And, you know, Tiare Jennings, Jocelyn Allo, it's their 3rd time through the lineup, so they've seen Bailey Lang twice at that point, ready to hit her on opportunity number 3 with a runner on base.
It's not easy sailing, though, from here. Wichita State is a great offensive team. We have told you they're 2nd in the nation in home runs. Madison Paragon has a home run in this game, 3 home runs for her in this regional. They can hit just like Oklahoma can.
Big factor in this game has been when this score of this game was 2-1, it was all solo home runs. Nobody on base, just solo shots. But the difference is when Oklahoma had runners on, and really the 5th inning was their best opportunity this entire game with the exception of the 1st. They got the job done. Wichita State's had some base runners, haven't come through with a timely hit with runners aboard. They've done it naturally with home runs from Paragon and from Buck, but haven't been able to push runs across with gappers or some singles to get some extra run support.
Madison Paragon has a 3-1 count on G. Juarez, who entered this game in the 4th. Oh, ball 4. First walk for Juarez.
As we're seeing this game continue, it's going to be interesting. Umpire's not really liking that outside corner. Seen both pitchers struggle with it, both wanted it. Feels like as the games kind of continue, this strike zone is getting a little bit tighter because that looks like a good pitch to me. It's got some break back over the plate, little backdoor curve.
Goes low for the first pitch to Neely Herring. And Lindsey Elam out to the circle to speak with Juarez. Well, it's not just softball in our lineup this weekend. The NBA playoffs are underway. We'll have game 1 between the Celtics and the Nets on ABC tonight at 8 Eastern. At the same time on ESPN, it's the junior welterweight unification bout. And then tomorrow morning on ESPN2, the Monaco Grand Prix jumpstarts the day. Neely Herring looking for her first hit, but it's 2 balls and a strike to her right now. Strike 2.
Just a really beautiful pitch right there from G. Juarez. You can tell Neely Herring looks at that pitch and she sees it and thinks it's going to be gassed in at the hands hard. But because it's 59 miles an hour, it totally catches her off balance. Change of speed so effective, especially on the inside corner coming from a lefty.
Wichita State put up 9 runs yesterday on Texas A&M to get the win there in their first game of this regional. They carried a 2-1 lead into the bottom of the 5th inning before Oklahoma exploded. At the wall, Donahue grabs it. Bailey Nickerson up next. It was Shannon Sale who got the start for Oklahoma in this game, but Wichita State got a pretty good read on her.
I think you're seeing G. Juarez be able to come in and be a little bit more effective just because of her ability to mix speeds a little bit better. Shannon Sale wasn't getting those movement pitches. She wasn't getting Wichita State to chase out of the zone. Credit to them for their discipline, but what you're seeing from G. Juarez is she's getting them to swing and miss more often or hit the ball more often because of the velocity change in her arsenal. Yes, she's got excellent spin and movement, but it's the deception and the look of those pitches out of the hand that look like they're coming in maybe in the high 60s that actually end up being about 58, 59 miles an hour.
Jen Rocha out in the circle talking to her battery.
And Jen Rocha is such a calm, cool, and collected pitching coach. She's one of the best in the entire country. Was at Florida for a really long time and then made her way back to Oklahoma. But she just has this calm presence. She doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, and brings that consistency that bleeds into the pitching staff each and every day.
Bailey Nickerson still has a runner on first. It's Madison Perrigan who led off this inning with a walk. Strike delivered to Nickerson. Rolls it to left. Runners on first and second.
This Wichita State team is a team that just isn't going to go down easily. Good battle here from Bailey Nickerson and able to pop something into the 5-6 hole. Get a little base hit to push Madison Perrigan into scoring position.
And now you go to Riley Buck, who had the solo shot in the 4th. That was off Shannon Sale. They immediately switched to G. Juarez in the circle after that.
And a really key opportunity here for Wichita State. We talked about their inability to push runs across with runners on base. Riley Buck, though, hit a nice shot, elevated pitch, stayed on plane, got it out of the park earlier in this ball game. She's got another big-time opportunity right here, trying to get Wichita State back in this ball game.
This inning started with a leadoff walk by Madison Perrigan. Bailey Nickerson just had the single to bring us to Buck. Riley Buck, can she do it again? Are you kidding? How about 2?
Riley Buck is on fire today. Hit one off of Shannon Sale, because I got to get one from G. Juarez, too. Hits her second home run of the day. saw, again, another elevated pitch right in her wheelhouse, about belt high, stays super level, and gets enough power on this ball to get it out of the park. And just like that, Wichita State needed a big pick-me-up. They needed to get some momentum back, and Riley Buck delivers.
Just incredible. Wichita State now down by 2, and you've seen how quickly they can score runs.
This is why you watch the teams that are the 2 best home run hitting programs in the country. Things can change so quickly when you have the ability to put runs on the board quickly. Now we've seen both teams make some adjustments and come up clutch with runners on base.
Mills looking left into the glove of Donahue. You know, Chrissy Breckner told us, you look at this team, fearless. What did they have to lose coming in here? Yeah, it was a shock to see their name in this regional when the selection show revealed the bracket. But after that, they refocused and they said, you know what? Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go in there and shock the nation.
Yeah, I think they looked at some of the teams that had the potential to host in their area. You look at Arkansas, you look at Missouri, Oklahoma State, who they've beat twice already this season. They thought they might get sent to one of those regions just with their strength of their resume. But hey, you get sent to Norman, so you have that quick second of being a little bit shocked, a little bit surprised, and then you turn it around really quickly and you recognize we got to go beat the best if we want to be in super regionals, if we want to be at the Women's College World Series. So why not go play Oklahoma?
And we will see a pitching change.
A chance to finish out this ball game.
2 outs, nobody on for Kaylee Hecker.
This is a really big deal for Wichita State, whether you come back and win this game against the Sooners here today, or you potentially have to face them again tomorrow. It's good that you're seeing all 3 of the pitchers that they had. You've seen G. Juarez now, and you've seen Nicole May.
Loser of this game is not done in this tournament. They will play later tonight. The winner goes straight to the regional final tomorrow at 4 Eastern. Top 2 home run hitting teams in the nation, and they've just added to that total.
Need ya.
These 2 teams faced each other back on May 4th. Oklahoma had 8 runs on 6 hits in the 5th inning. Today, 6 runs on 4 hits in the 5th inning. And Bailey Lang still in the circle for Wichita State. She will start with Grace Green for Oklahoma. She came in that first meeting with Wichita State and had a pinch hit grand slam. Grab by Hecker at second.
Kaylee Hecker was the AAC Defensive Player of the Year, and she shows it off right here. This is a beautiful dive, great timing on a hot shot from Green. She's able to throw from her knees and makes it look easy. You know, we heard from Coach Brett Benner, she's one of the best defensive specialists she's ever seen. Does a beautiful job at second base, has a ton of range. And again, she shows us why right there.
Yeah, Coach Brett Benner said she will probably be the hardest one of the seniors to replace because of plays like that. She bails them out of so many things and makes it look easy. Nicole Mendez up. She was the spark plug in the 5th because she got that walk right after the strikeout. She came in, got the walk, and then things went crazy. Wichita State took a 2-1 lead into the bottom of the 5th inning before Oklahoma was able to score 6. There's Bailey Lang's dad, Scott, watching on. She has been tough in this game. We'll say she did not go.
This is a good call right here. Nicole Mendez doesn't quite get her barrel to break the plane and go on this pitch. I think that's the right call.
2-2 count.
Such an important at-bat right here for Lang. We saw what happened in the 5th inning after you give up the walk to Mendez. And we know the power that Mendez has, but I think that you trust yourself and make her prove that she can hit the ball. Don't give her a walk.
And again, it's Hecker on the move, making the throw.
This is a really close play, and what I like about watching Hecker play, she doesn't make it look too difficult. She just gets rid of this really quick, throws a little dart over to first base on the money. Nice out.
Bailey Lang's dad, Scott, all about it too. 2 down, the rain pouring now. Top of the order, Tiare Jennings. Had an RBI double last time she saw Bailey Lang in the 5th. Jennings has been phenomenal in this regional. I mean, she's been phenomenal all season, but 5 of 6 with 4 doubles. Wow.
You just can't ask for more out of your leadoff hitter, especially for a freshman to come in. This is the first time she's played in this kind of environment, in this type of atmosphere. Postseason play, she was ready.
One of my favorite stats on her from the regular season, if you look at Big 12 play, she scored 27 runs. Well, Oklahoma only gave up 36.
They doesn't just have this wealth of statistics from this Oklahoma team and their offense and their ability to produce runs, to get RBIs, hit the ball out of the park. You love stats. You love Oklahoma this season.
Oh, it gave her a lot of time. That was so high in the air.
Yeah, you talk about hang time. No chance for anybody on the infield to get Tiare Jennings out on this. This is a nice pitch from Lang. It induces a really good miss hit, but unfortunately, just how long this stays in the air, there's just no chance that you're going to have to throw Jennings out at first base. Look at the pop on that thing. It's like what you would dream of if you're a lefty slapper, and Jennings is able to do it from the right-handed batter's box.
So she's on with 2 outs for Jocelyn Allo. Allo had an RBI double in the 5th, right after Tiare Jennings did. They went back to back. Jennings and Allo at the top of this lineup. They both have 78 RBI apiece on the season.
It's been fun to watch them race for that RBI crown this season, and that leads the country. So the two of them on the same team are fighting for the RBI title in NCAA softball. Really impressive when you think about that they hit back-to-back in this Sooner lineup.
Man, that rain is really picking up right now. Allo in right. Barnard grabs it.
To get a couple runs across the board here in the 7th.
Shockers carried a lead into the bottom of the 5th inning. They were up 2-1. Oklahoma scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 5th, and now they've got to catch back up. It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters, starting with Bailey Orban. Orban singled in the 3rd. To center field, and Jada Coleman underneath it, 1 down. Top of the order,
right there.
Sydney McKinney.
That's a huge out. Like I said, Sydney McKinney, top of the lineup's coming up. So the next 2 outs are going to be the toughest of this entire game, and a big piece of that is because of Sydney McKinney's ability to battle at the plate. That was a beautiful changeup you just saw right there from Nicole May. That change of speed, so effective, especially with an aggressive hitter like McKinney at the top of the lineup. It's making her wait a second.
Jennings has it. Wichita State down to its final out.
And that's such a smart call to go back to that changeup. Once again, we know McKinney is just the type that's going to swing early in the count, early in the zone. And May goes with 2 back-to-back filthy off-speed pitches to get her to hit one off the end of her bat and get a big out.
So Addie Barnard is at the plate. If she can reach, that gets them to Madison Paragon, who, remember, 9 of her last 10 hits have been home runs. But it's up to the freshman. She does not have a hit today, struck out in the 5th inning. Past a diving Jennings. Addie Barnard is on. We will see Madison Paragon. Madison Paragon started this game with a solo home run in the 1st inning. She walked in the 6th. She has blasted 3 home runs in this regional, and she represents the tying run at the plate.
She's put together some incredible at-bats already in this regional. And when she's gotten stuff in her wheelhouse, pitches up in the zone, especially on that inside corner, she has blasted them out of the park, turns on it so fast, it has a just such natural pop. And you can't think of anyone better that you would want up in this Wichita State lineup than Madison Paragon right now.
She told us they did not come into this regional afraid. They came in ready to go and fired up and confident in their game. Madison Paragon has felt this pressure before. Take you back to Wichita State's last appearance in the tournament, 2018. She hit a 2-run homer to beat Oklahoma State and put Wichita State in its first regional final. They're trying to get back there.
Madison Paragon just putting together a really nice at-bat, being patient. We've seen her battle throughout this game. We saw it in her first at-bat against Shannon Sale when she hit a home run. She fouled off the pitches she didn't want. She took the pitches outside of the zone and then got something that she could crush, and she's trying to work her way into that same situation. And I think May's going to be very careful against Paragon just because they know the danger of what she's able to do. And I'm also looking to Neely Herring on deck, has the opportunity if they pitch around Paragon right here.
Full count. Out to left. Not done yet. Madison Paragon reaches, brings us to Neely Herring.
This Wichita State team keeps fighting and fighting. 2-out base hits from Barnard and Paragon, and it gives the opportunity for Herring to make some magic here in this ball game. And I got to tell you, Courtney, the last time she was up to the plate, she hit one to the warning track, just barely missing a home run. We know that she has some big-time pop, too. And 9 home runs on the season.
Yeah, her last home run came April 27th against Oklahoma State. Doesn't have a hit yet, but as you said, she was real close. And Lauren Johnson will come in to pinch run at first base for Paragon. Addison Barnard at second. Neely Herring representing the go-ahead run at the plate. And Oklahoma's got to stay calm in this moment.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know what's interesting is this is an Oklahoma team. They've only lost twice, so they really haven't had much experience being down, being in tight ball games. They've pretty much run the gauntlet of their schedule pretty easily. So it's a good moment for Jennifer Rocha to go out and calm them down, make sure they have a clear plan against Herring. And the good news for Oklahoma is, you know, they have the opportunity, if Wichita State's able to make this game interesting, they get the bats back here in the bottom of the 7th.
Has a hit in 6 of her last 9 games. Looking for that first one today. None would be bigger.
It's a beautiful off-speed right there. So much drop, so much velocity change. It's coming down to big-time moments. Nicole May steps up and gets a big-time pitch. She's going to have to give another one right here if she wants to get the Sooners out of this ballgame.
Sooners survive! Oklahoma in the regional final. What a battle with Wichita State.
This game did not disappoint. We knew coming into it, these were two powerful offenses that can make some huge plays offensively, hit the long ball, and they both proved why they deserve to be in this tournament. Such an incredible battle back and forth between these two. And for the Shockers, fought all they could, but Oklahoma came up with a few more timely hits to get a big-time W and push themselves into Sunday.